husband and I are $60,000 in debt. Okay.
Part of the problem. You are.
Let me explain how we got here. In June of 2022, we had a good amount of savings and decided that our home that we've been living in for a couple years just needed some maintenance and some upgrades. You can see behind me, we live in like a very normal house, but there were some things like on the outside where our stucco was falling off, so we needed to have that repaired. We had our house painted, we upgraded our bathroom a little bit, and also decided to pay off my husband's private student loan because the interest is not great. And so we had.
Okay, so she says she's 60,000 in debt, and during a time period where they were doing good, she decided to upgrade the house, put money toward that. She just says she decided to pay off her husband's private student loan debt. And so, yeah.
Had plenty of savings and we decided to just drain those bad boys. We both had really stable jobs. We would be able to squirrel away some money over time and build back up our savings again. 2 weeks later, unexpectedly, I was laid off from my job. And I'm the breadwinner of our household, so it did not go well. I was unemployed for about 7 months. Thank goodness I had social media to keep us afloat for a little bit, but here's the
7 months unemployed. And she said she was the breadwinner, so all that extra income that they were making went out the window before they drowned their savings account. So now they didn't have a savings account because they used it all on those things.
the deal. We had to put a lot of stuff on credit card to be able to keep ourselves afloat. So anything that could go on a credit card went on a credit card. And that allowed my husband's income to pay for our mortgage, our car payments, our daycare, things like that. But everything else went on a credit card. We cut back as much as we could, but there's still a lot of expenses. We finally decided to do a debt consolidation loan, and it's about $65,000. And we're going to try and pay it off. We did a 5-year loan plan, but we're going to try and pay it off in the next 2 years if I can finally get that OnlyFans account going. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do OnlyFans, but that's our goal. If our kids gets out of daycare,
that might be an option. You might have to take one for the team. It's like I'm just playing, but this just sounds like an unfortunate events that occurred that put them in a bad spot. Now, damn. So basically you was using a credit card for 7 months on like extra stuff that they needed, and it got to $65,000. We're gonna talk about it more. I want to finish listening to what she has to say, and we're gonna get into it.
This year we've spent $36,000 a year on daycare. So one of them graduates this year, the other one goes to VPK. So that'll save us.
Did you say 36,000 on daycare?
A year on daycare. So one of them is going to do OnlyFans, but that's our goal. If our kids gets out of daycare this year, we've spent $36,000 a year on daycare. So one of them graduates this year, the other one goes to VPK. So that'll save us a little bit of money. Our hopes are that we're able to put a lot of what we were already paying for daycare towards this loan and get it paid off sooner.
$3,000 a month on daycare? Sorry, I had to make sure the math was mathing. $3,000 a month on daycare. And woman, if you were, the comment says it right here. Why were they in daycare if you were laid off and was at home? You could have saved $36,000. That's half of your debt, right there. I don't.
Then plan. But your girl loves to shop, so I'm gonna have to do some shit to keep myself accountable to this. So I'm coming on the internet and telling you what my deepest, darkest secret.
This story's not adding up a little bit. I think that they're doing better than what they're saying they're doing, because $36,000 for daycare, just on daycare. So as soon as the daycare goes out the door, you can get that debt off paid in no time. She said in 2 years. That's what I'm saying. Like, Come on, woman, you're not really struggling like that. I think, like I said, I think this is a culture that it's the cool thing now to cry and complain online and talk about your difficulties and also be transparent. So I'll give her that. At least she's, like I said, it's not adding up a little bit, but you can go through it. But I want to talk about how a lot of people, and I'm not even talking about her, but they're not living that great, especially the time being right now. People are struggling. It doesn't matter for how much money you make. When you add kids in the equation, daycare, dogs, as you can see, people aren't making as much money as you think. Even if you see them with the nice cars, like her, nice house and all this stuff, people are still in debt. And so I'm here to tell you you guys that looks can be deceiving. And especially if you are under the age of 30. You should not care. And I think this is also a good time and moment to be in because you don't get judged as hard for not having your own house, your own apartment, your own car. You don't get judged as hard as if you know what I mean, when you used to be, that it was required because everything's just high. Cost of living is out this roof. So people are more like, I understand why you don't got everything together because it's hard to live right now. So I would tell you guys that you have to start living below your means and not really care what anybody has to say because, like I said, everybody's struggling. Shit, everybody is struggling. So now this gives you the chance to don't keep up with the Joneses, minimize all your expenses, live way below your means, and stack up because, like I said, the next 5 years is crucial. I think it's like almost a breaking point for a lot of people. A lot of people are leaving the job market. A lot of people are damn near giving up on life. Everybody's in debt. You got to pay off your student loan debt now that everybody thought was going to be forgiven, but it's not. And they're going to start taking it out your paycheck. Cost of living is out this world. So you have to get up and go to work every day, even if you don't want to. And I feel like if now, during the hardest time, you can get through this point, you can save money, you can do the right things, you can put money toward investing in your 401k, you can start putting money to the side for a rainy day. I think once you get over this little 5 year downside, I think life's gonna be on easy mode. I think you're gonna survive some of the hardest times you're gonna be in because things aren't looking good. Look on social media, you'll see how much people are struggling. Even 5 years ago, now, anytime you looked on social media, Instagram and things like that, everybody's living good. Everybody's going on vacation. Everybody's living it up. And it's not the case no more. The trend is everybody is struggling. So prepare. Time to grind, time to get in that mode. Keep your head up. I know stuff's hard. I know everybody's struggling, but stay motivated, stay grinding. And listen, if you like this video, if you like this advice, hit that like and subscribe button. And I appreciate you guys for, showing up and supporting. Anything will help. Go to 1,000 subs on the way, and we're going to keep getting to it. I'm going to holler at y'all in the next video. Stay motivated. Stay up. Peace.